Good morning, everybody. Forecaster Josiah Acheampong here with a brief weather update for you this morning. We started off, late last night, rather. We had some thunderstorms move through the area, giving us some really good beneficial rainfall. Portions of northern Amarillo, the northern half of Amarillo picked up close to an inch and a half of rain with some of those thunderstorms that moved through. But across the area, some good rainfall. Even this morning, we had some additional storms try to fire up, but they do seem to have weakened at this point in time. Dumas was one of those areas that was spared, and even taking a look out there, you see the sunshine, that one good cloud, pretty much setting the scene of what we can expect throughout much of today. Taking a look at our radar, we'll see that storms generally favoring the southeastern portions of the panhandle, including Cottle and Childress County. We see some heavy rainfall going on there. Taking a closer look at that area at large, Childress, expect some downpours on the way there, but Abington, you're seeing some lightning and some heavy downpours. Kirkland as well. Some really good rainfall going on there in the southeastern panhandle. But over the next couple of hours, we should see some of those showers wane off and dissipate. Now, taking a look at our weather headlines, we can expect additional isolated thunderstorms later this evening. I'm not too bullish on what to expect in terms of rainfall. I don't think that this would be a widespread rainfall event by any means. Pretty much some popcorn showers, almost pop up showers, firing up later this afternoon and evening. There is still some additional moisture in the atmosphere, rather. So some of these storms can try and fire up, but they should remain below severe levels. Taking a look at let's go back. So we still have those PM isolated thunderstorms to be expected. Temperatures remaining seasonable in the 80s and 90s for a far stretch of the forecast. Drier second half of the week compared to the first half, and then expect a bigger cool down to end the week and early next week with a cold front moving through that can sink our temperatures anywhere between 10 to 15 plus degrees below average. I'll have a bit more on that coming up. But for your yard work forecast, for those who want to cut the grass or maybe do some yard work, some planting, we'll see temperatures try to moderate later this afternoon. We can see a spot shower try and survive the trip into Amarillo, but I'm not a fan of that idea, but something that can't be ruled out this morning. Again, we will remain mostly clear as we head into the later morning and afternoon hours, although we can't rule out an isolated storm to fire up. Per the SPC, the Storm Prediction Center, and their severe outlook, general thunderstorms to be expected. None of those should be severe by any means. Taking a look at our modeling this morning, we'll see that it's trying to pick up on those isolated storms, but overall, it's not a fan of it either. The atmosphere is just stabilizing, so there's not enough lift for those storms to try and fire up later this afternoon, but again, it can't be ruled out. As we head into later this evening, we should clear out, remaining clear Thursday morning, warming up nicely similar to today into the lower 90s. Will remain clear throughout much of Thursday. We'll head into Friday and we'll be clearing out as well. Taking a look at the longer range modeling, we'll see that front try and sink further south as we head into the day later this weekend into early next week. Now there is some discrepancy on a couple of things. First of all, how far does that cold front get? Second of all, how strong is it? And third of all, when does it actually arrive? So those are the three main questions that we have associated with this cold front. But nonetheless, we know that it is coming, and we know that temperatures will fall and slip below average. That's abundantly clear. And along with that cold front will come increased rain chances. And in fact, as we take a look at this Weather Prediction Center, they have us at a 40% chance of above normal rainfall, with the normal just coming in just below half an inch of rain, typical for this time of year. Or during that time frame, and even taking a look at our temperatures, we're expected a 40% chance to be below normal in our temperatures. But taking a look, we'll see that kind of bullseye of colder temperatures sitting around portions of the Midwest, the Ohio River Valley and the Great Lakes region. They're going to be, getting a real taste of fall. And even here, we can have temperatures anywhere between 10 to 15 degrees plus below average. We'll have a better sense on how cold we actually get when we take a look at when that cold front comes through and how strong it will be. As far as your high for today, temperatures mainly in the low to mid 90s, couple 80s in there, pair of 8s for Clayton, 90 there in Clovis, 91 for downtown Amarillo, but 95 for Childress and Paducah, 96 there in Shamrock, quite warm out in the southeastern portions of the Panhandle. Tonight, temperatures mainly in the 60s, but fair conditions, although, again, we can't rule out an isolated thunderstorm that might try to fire up, although it will remain isolated in nature. As we head into tomorrow, temperatures going to remain in the 90s, but overall a pleasant week, closing to the week overall. We remain seasonable with our temperatures hovering around average, clear conditions for at least the next couple of days before we head into this weekend when those isolated to scattered storm chances might try to revive themselves as that cold front inches through. You might notice that 78 degrees for Tuesday. I'm a little generous with the temperature there. We have some modeling having us with temperatures possibly in the low 70s. So we'll keep an eye on how cold, again, we actually get, but something to keep an eye on for sure as that cold front sweeps through the region. Nothing's really stopping it from coming through. It's just a matter of how much cold air spills through our area. Be sure to tune in to our midday forecasting and shows for all the latest updates. And Matthew will have an update for your weather later on this afternoon and evening. I hope you all have a great rest of your day and hope to see you all